Hello, hello, hello.
Themselves today.
क्या हुआ रे?
The way he started off against England, as I said, there was a target under them, so he had to go from the first ball. I think there's a bit of wait and see against spin.
आवाज आइरहा हैन आवाज आइरहा माइक चेक
And there will be a slight expectation on them today, coming in as probably favourites, it has to be said. So as you say, a very, very different role and mindset in the approach to the innings.
Does he play Aussie rules, Ben Menenti? It's a very good first over so far. Just that one wide of the first ball.
Literally delighted with the start. Can they get out the over here?
Excellent first over by Ben Menenti. Nepal just one for no loss.
दाइ आउँछ न अहिले कडा एकछिन रोक ल हल्का सामान किन्न जानु भएको छ अरे कि आउँदै हुनुहुन्छ एकछिन
सिर्फ 15 दिन बचे हैं प्रेशर में अभी
Chat, come on.
सेलेक्टर्स आगे देखते क्या हैं सेलेक्टर्स देखते हैं कंसिस्टेंसी
Come on Nepal inside
फोकस करो और एक्यूरेसी ट्रैक करो कंट्रोल अपने आप आ जाएगा मैं तुम्हारे लिए 15 घंटा लाइव कंट्रोल ट्रेनिंग करता हूं
Home for their group fixtures.
साढे के भएको लाइभमै अरे
Hassan Ali
लाइभमै सुट हान्दिन्छ त साढे 10 अरे
up front against Scotland. Might have been 3 overs for very little, 17-18. So
कोहीले पानी केही खाएको छैन त अरे अब खाने हुँदा अर्डर सबको गइसक्यो होला त
first one taken back for us.
Yeah, I think he bowled 3 overs in the power play against Scotland. They were on top. 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎 obviously destructive. He found his outside edge on a couple of occasions. He was rather unlucky. Could have had at least 1 or 2 to his name.
कुन खाने लेडी किलर
Gets
लेडी
a little
किलर
bit of
सेक्स
shape
अन द
back
बीच
into the right-hander.
सेक्स अन द बीच मिठो होला नि ए त्यो त फेरि उ होला हौ मकटेल होला नि त्यो त जुस होला नि
खल्ती नम्बर भनेको साथीहरु
सेक्स अन द बीच भन्ने होला त मेरो खल्टी नम्बर 9818
Brentford have a great deal of
Yeah.
in their own version of the Nepal Premier League recently. Talent coming through there. A good ball, just a hint of swing.
जसले होरा छ हैन
कोही त ग्राउन्ड छ अरे ग्राउन्ड यहाँ भुइँमा छ यार
Yeah, absolutely.
लाइभ देखाउन मिल्दैन क्या कडा लाइभ त्यो मेन चाहिँ के हो भने यो वाचअलोङ हो क्या यहाँ रियाक्सनहरू हेर्ने हो हानेको उ गरेको होइन
What his associate players
जितेको अहिले यहाँ हामी होरा स्पोर्ट्स होरा क्याफे हाम्रो साइडबाट चाहिँ यहाँनिर जति पनि दर्शक हुनुहुन्छ उहाँहरूको लागि चाहिँ आज यहाँ उपस्थित हुने दर्शकहरूको लागि चाहिँ केही स्पेसल कुराहरू पनि चाहिँ छ हामीसँग आज है त्यो पनि हामी अहिले देखाउँछौँ एकछिनमा अब आज दाइ चाहिँ आउनु अलिकति ढिलो भइरहेछ किनभने हल्का सामान लिन जानु भएको अरे होपफुल्ली चाँडो आउनुहुन्छ हाम्रो दाजु चाहिँ चुइङ्गम खाँदा खाँदा घाँटी टाउ यो के अरे मुख दुखिसक्यो हौ
quick outfield.
छैन हौ चुइङ्गम त अब
Let it get through that.
2 पिस त थियो
Good work from Moscow.
ग्राउन्ड देखाउँदा चाहिँ कपिराइट आउँछ क्या झुट्टी बुझेनौ भनेको आइडी उड्छ क्या युट्युब च्यानलै उड्दिन्छ क्या त्यही भएर ग्राउन्ड चाहिँ देखाउन मिल्दैन केटा हो यहाँ चाहिँ जस्ट रियाक्सन हेर्ने कति स्कोर भएको छ माथि तल दिएको छ नि त टक्क त्यहाँबाट यसो इन्फर्मेसन लिने होइन अनि ओइ झन्डै फेरि
Where they come from. Yet
4 रन छ त यार लगभग 2 ओभरमा 4 रन हौ
to come together. Not
यो त हो स्पोर्ट्सको केटाहरूले हिजो टुर्नामेन्ट खेल्दाखेरि 4 म्याचमा 4 पोइन्ट ल्याए जस्तो भयो त यार
𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎 at the end. They've got a left arm spinner in for 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎.
हिजो त पनि 4 म्याचमा 4 पोइन्ट अरे हौ
First ball in T20 cricket, he picked up a wicket.
पाकिस्तान त छैटौं नम्बरमा रहेछ नि त यार
Right when he stopped in turn.
Oh, just over. Just over. He finds his way to the boundary for the first.
किन छैन उ छ त अहिले पखाउन अलिक साँझ हुँदैन
आउट हुँदाखेरि
A fraction of width. That's all that 𝘿𝙎𝙎𝘶𝙿𝙀 needs. Unleash those arms, hits it over the ring. First boundary of the innings.
फर्स्ट बाउन्ड्री है
In the next few minutes, I'll ask you, Preston, about the fielding. Going to
मेरो त कास्टिङ छ मलाई 5 बजे त निस्किनु पर्छ म
Must be a beautiful feeling.
5 बजे निस्किनु पर्छ हौ ओइ
Straight in, straight in.
आउट हौ
Just in front of
ओइ भुर्तेल आउट रे हौ
Hotel was charging. He's not going to play the kind of innings he did.
ओइ 8 रनमा विकेट हरे एउटा
He's so lost.
ल भुर्तेल दाजुले के गर्नु भएको
Does the work here.
10 बल खेलेर यार 5 रनमा आउट हरे हौ ल
I'll try to pierce that ring again. Not the cleanest of takes.
बुढीले रोकेर क्याच हान्यो यार
They've got their first goal.
ए
Jaman goes for 5.
होइन नि त हो
आज साथी डुब्छ जस्तो छ
के हो के बलमा कसरी आउट गर्नु क्या यार म चाहिँ पार्दैन
आज साढे डुब्छ जस्तो छ गेममा आउँछ गेम अरे गेम खै यार टिभीमा आउँछ लाइभ के अरे स्टार स्पोर्ट्स 2 मा साउट आउट टु आसमा आचार्य है आसमा आचार्यजीलाई धेरै धेरै माया छ निराजन सापकोटा ओपी
Pretty energetic innings against England. Company of 𝘿𝙗𝙗𝙬𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗
अब क्याप्टेन टुकटुकको इन्ट्री
That middle.
अरे
The game deep. Really gave them a chance to look back in. Need to do the same here.
10 ओभरसम्म टिक्नुपर्छ दुईजना
𝘿𝙗𝙗𝘶𝙗𝑠muts.
स्पिनर आयो ओए कस्तो दामी फिल्डिङ हान्दिएको
Menenti. Left arm spin. Will look to target the stumps.
युवराज ठिकै छ यार ओइ 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 झन्डै झन्डै झन्डै
Played such a big part here at the Wankhede. They've come here for years and years. They're always very good carry, very good bounce, hit through the line. A little bit there for the quicker bowlers. This is a very
अरे ठिकै छ हजुर
Yeah, we've seen with spinners so far that they're prepared to be brave and slow up the
ब्रो गेम हेरौँ अरे गेम त हेरौँ न झुटी टिभीमा
surface. You can get a lot
यहाँ हेरौँ भने त अनि आइडी उठ्छ युट्युबै डिलिट हुन्छ अनि त्यही भएर गेम नदेखाएको
that occasion. Just angling again.
नगर न यस्तो यार
Absolutely delighted.
साढेलाई
So far.
हार्ट एट्याक आउँछ जस्तो छ यार
To ensure they maintain that aggressive streak.
100+ रन बन्ला त अरे बन्नुपर्ने हो अफकोर्स ओइ ओइ
interesting to take a look at the speeds at which he's bowling. That might give us an idea of what works. He's bowling sort of mid-80s.
लिम्बे आएन आज अरे फोन हान न साथी
This was good there. He weighs
नेपालले ढुक्कासी छ भने
14
त्यही
because
दाइले
of
लदर लाए जस्तो
Ponting
लाग्यो
fan. Ponting
हुन सक्छ।
doesn't play too many of those. Not in
ढुक्कासी
control,
छ
I
भाइ
thought.
के हेर्नु गर्दै थियौ यार
Yeah, and just got a little fumble there, but did the job. Looking at his back there, almost looked like it hit down low.
So no more than 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle, of course. And once you go to
Power
7
play मा
and
पनि
5,
तीन ओभरमा
all the way
नौ
through
रन
to the end.
छ
Unless you don't bowl in all the time. In which case there'll be a penalty in one of your
3 ओभरमा 9 रन हैन अनि 4 बलमा 1 रन दियो यार यसले स्पिनरले के सिकायो अब आयो
I think the keeper's come back a little lighter.
दायाँपट्टि हान दायाँपट्टि भन जस्तो छ
Yeah, difficult to tell, but it doesn't look like it. Oh, some shin pads underneath there. I hope so, for his sake.
मुजी टी-सर्ट भन्दा बाहिर फ्याँक्न नसकेको के हो भने के मुजी यार
Oh, very watchful stuff here. 17 balls now bowled. Just one boundary to show.
Bowling about 87.
लु यार आसिफ दाजु एक छक्का पड्काउँ त ओइ ओइ ओइ
Another excellent over.
के बलिङ हानेको हौ
Just 2 of it. It's 10 for 1 after 3 Nepal.
ये सिर्फ एक खेल नहीं दीवानगी है दीवानगी जब क्रिकेट की छाती है सारा इंडिया दीवाना हो जाता है इस दीवानगी में इंडिया के साथ बंदे दीवाना इंडिया का दीवाना हम सब हैं
आयो त साथी
कति आछ 2500 अहिलेको 1000 राखेर 1500 ल्याउनु
इसेवा के अरे ऊ खल्टी भन न त नि
खल्ती नै हिसेवामै
कहाँ इसेवा हुन्छ ऊ खल्टीमा पठाएर इसेवामा माएर हुन्छ मुसी
मसँग खल्ती छैन
म ब्याङ्कमा हालिदिन्छु त्यसो भए
ब्याङ्क पनि छैन
अरे मेरो फोन में
ए ला अब तिमीबाट गर नि त तिमीले राख न नि भइहाल्यो त एउटै कुरा त हो
साडेल त खिचा हान्दो रहेछ आमा
Just appears so. Although I'm quite seeing the intent that I think should be there. I think
चौका भइसकेको थियो
at the moment.
ओ ओ ओ दामी आज आसिफले केही गर्छ
Himself unlucky there. To be bowled. Still able to shake back. He can only find the inside edge of Asif Sheikh.
ओइ कहाँ मुझे खुट्टा मुनि लाएर गएको रहेछ यार अनि झन्डै पो जान्थ्यो त यार
2 fielders out are very square. Just behind square.
3 ओभरमा 40 पुराउनु पर्यो
लभली 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 आउँदैछ पारा ल्याउँदैछ
On this occasion, Hassan Ali just strays. Falls onto those pads. Nicely tucked away. Waits for it nicely. It's a good position. Which looks like it. That's a rolling the fingers over that one. It's a nice and fine. Past that short fine leg.
So 2 boundaries. Yes.
ओइ होइ 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 एक रन ठिक छ ठिक छ ठिक छ
Yeah, much better this from Nepal. Just taking attack to Hassan Ali, trying to put the pressure.
राम्रो
back
खेलिरहेछ
on
है
the
डालीले पनि फिल्डिङ राम्रो हान्दिरहेछ क्या
bowler. Themselves a chance to build some momentum in this innings. Confirmation of Italian team. Just the two
त्यो हुन्छ
changes.
हुन्छ बजेसम्म है
Singh in for Thomas Tracker, Marcus Papabiano in for the injured 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎.
क्यानाडाभरि थियो हौ धोती युएसएमा पनि थियो क्या हर्मित शर्मित के भन्ने
Overs got 23 for 1.
सबैमा हुन्छ नि
प्योरिटी और प्राइस में श्योर 1 लीटर कैंपा श्योर सिर्फ 15 रुपए में फिर है श्योर
I could not believe how much it helped the West Indies spinners. You must have been bowled beautifully on this very surface.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Timing with Madsen's injury. But I know the type of person he is. He will still be very influential in that dressing room.
Still with smuts. Just a single.
Trying to add value in any way he can. Pitch for today, same surface that was used in the fixture again between West Indies and England. Second game in the space of 24 hours. You wonder how much influence spin is going to have. Already, it's the third over of spin in Italy's attack.
Vastly experienced player, 𝘿𝙎𝙎𝘶. Of course, has represented South Africa. Only got 3 boundaries so far.
Nepal will be really happy if they can squeeze one more wicket here in this power play. Share from Smuts just invites the shot from Padal, just the one step. Reaches those arms, 76 meters back. First 6 of the innings.
Ian Fuller made a lovely sound with the bat that one. I would not have believed this if you had told me this before the start of the tournament, that of all the pitches, including the SSC, that Mumbai has produced the maximum turn. You saw it was stopping even in the first game, India versus the US. It wasn't gripping a lot, but it was stopping, coming on a little slower than otherwise. Otherwise, this is such a beautiful surface, it's full of bounce. 5 gone and Nepal are 33 for 1.
इन लड़कियों के लिए प्रोफेशनल एकेडमी कैसे शुरू करें?
सबसे पहले एकेडमी को ट्रस्ट के तौर पर रजिस्टर करिए। इससे आप ग्रांट्स के लिए एलिजिबल हो जाओगे। ग्रांट्स के लिए इक्विपमेंट और डेली ऑपरेशंस का प्रपोजल देना होगा। मैं ग्रांट प्रपोजल और ट्रस्ट रजिस्ट्रेशन चेकलिस्ट बना दूँ।
अरे मेरा फोन हमेशा बिजी क्यों रहता है? संजय
नहीं, बॉस हूँ इसका, सिर्फ काम।
वही तो सर, काम डाउन। कुरकुरे चटपटे से सब पटे।
Beautiful occasion. Not the first time they've ever met in international cricket. In terms of all internationals, had played 3 50-over games, long time ago. First ever T20I between these two sides. Some see a little bit of action on social media, calling it the battle of Momo versus Pizza. We just saw the pizzas there. A little postcard, certainly. Occasion, a match to savour. There's so much excitement about this one, as I welcome Ian Bishop.
Hello everyone. 2 deep fielders are leg side for this final over the power play. Deep mid-wicket and deep square. And there's the deep mid-wicket coming into play. It means that if he bowls with this field, Stuart, he has to be fairly straight and an overthrow is quite good. So got to keep the ball tight into the off-stump or into the stumps. There were a few errors in that first game against Scotland where they bowled against their field early on.
Immediately you see one of the trademarks of cricket in Nepal, fast running between the wickets, quick thinking. 𝘿𝙎𝙎𝘶 against England were sensational.
Picked up a long way. Could be a case of 12v11 here today. That's brought the crowd to life. 𝘿𝙎𝙎𝘶's second maximum. Picked the off cutter, and it was hit in the direction where his 2 deep fielders are. Xavier Stewart, you've disappointed, it's gone for 6, but at least you forced 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾 to hit where your protection is. On this occasion, he hit it too well. So you've got to applaud the batter for that.
Nicely worked. Should get a couple pendle in and out quickly. Such a linchpin for this Paddy batting lineup. The captain in at number 3 has taken some criticism over the last couple of years in this format about his strike rates. But today he started very brightly, and that is even more important because 𝘿𝙎𝙎𝘾 was the first wicket to fall. As he will go about his business. Pick that gap beautifully between those two. After some initial nerves for Nepal's batters, they're going to be given a real challenge by Italy coming into the contest now. It's going to be the single because there is protection in there. Possibly honours even, you might suggest, at the end of the power play. Nepal have lost 𝘿𝙎𝙎𝘾. 0.6 runs. Players will take it. 26 runs.
Continue to be aggressive.
Will India be the first team to break 300 runs per year in T20 World Cup? Watch India's group games in ICC Men's T20 World Cup live only on 𝘿𝙎𝙎𝘶 and Star Sports Network.
This broadcast is co-presented by Thumbs Up, Taste the Thunder, and ChatGPT, co-powered by Emirates, fly better, in association with Mahindra SUVs, Apollo Tires, Rapido Go Free Yard, Sting Energy, and Birla Opus Paints.
Oh भाई 15th के लिए रेडी आपको हराने के लिए ऑलवेज रेडी हल्के में मत लेना ग्रेटेस्ट राइवलरी है वैसे भी ग्रेटेस्ट राइवलरी को 7-1 से 8-1 जो करना है ICC Men's T20 World Cup India vs Pakistan 15 February only on 𝘿𝙎𝙎𝘶 and Star Sports.
This broadcast is co-presented by ChatGPT and Thumbs Up, Taste the Thunder, co-powered by Emirates, fly better, in association with Mahindra SUVs, Apollo Tires, Rapido Go Free Yard, Birla Opus Paints, and Sting Energy.
Heroes of the T20 World Cup.
ICC Men's T20 World Cup every day at 6 p.m.
So, altogether too negative, so important to get winning, yes, particularly today. There are so many permutations to this group. You could win 2 games and go through. You could actually also win 3 games and not go through, depending on anything to play out. Some have said Group C for chaos, and that's a good call. There's the wonderful background story of 𝘿𝙎𝙎𝘾 is going to get another airing if his leg breaks. He called Dyson against Scotland or close to Olympics time it happens.
The athletics was the thing he got into initially when he moved from Sri Lanka age 15. So I'd like to see him moving in the field. 3 years later, spotted by a coach from Roma Cricket Club, pulled him in, and this is where he is. Can he get as much grip as 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾 got last night? We talked about Adil in our build-up to the pre-show. Wrist spinners usually tweak it more.
A lot of that turn that we saw last night was because of the pace that Rashid was bowling at. 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾 will be a bit flatter through the air, has a good googly. 10.8 seconds clocked in the 100 metres, 7.3 metre long jump too. Fantastic athlete, a wonderfully skilled cricketer. Just 1 wicket to go down so far. Always attacks in the power play. Sliding on, good skills from 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾. No great turn, but good accuracy from 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾 and beats the inside edge. So much of the focus on this game and the build-up on Nepal. Italy, very capable side. Down, fielder along on, well done! And 𝘿 looking for a third maximum, perishes. Not necessarily the best delivery. 𝘿 was looking to go square, but he could only kick out long out of the deep.
Road will be disappointed whether it was too far outside the line above the off stump to hit it. It's squarer. If you're pulling it from that far outside off stump, usually it goes a little bit straighter, not into the gap, not over the boundary. So it's okay starting quickly, but what Rohit Padel also wants is volume scoring, not just quick scoring. He's a good young captain, but he's gone for 23, 49 for 2.
इसी में चल कर
Go towards 𝘿, dragged it along on instead. Massive cheer to 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾 to the crease. Very much of this modern Nepal side, the most popular cricketer in the country. Got to that landmark, becoming the first ever batter from Nepal to 2,000 T20I runs with his innings against England. Change of bowling, a good one as Manenti come back into the attack with his off breaks. Nervy times here for Nepal, Italy holding their own. Well then, keeper convinced. Has 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾 just absent-mindedly overstretched? I think we'll have a look.
Copy that, review for a stumping, standby. We have a player review for a stumping. It's a fair delivery. I'm looking at split screen now. Keeper's gloves behind the stumps. Taking it cleanly there. Foot was grounded. Looking forward now. And freeze it there. Take it back for the thanks when you first lights up. Freeze it there, thanks. Yeah, there's nothing grounded behind the line. Nothing grounded behind the line. We're still ready to make the right decision for a victory.
OUT. You say in all terms the line belongs to the umpire, so good awareness though after the fumble by the wicketkeeper, and contrasting emotions. That will disappoint 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈 and Nepalese fans. But rejoicing for Italy, they're putting pressure on Nepal. Higher ranked team, at least to start with, 20 from 20 for 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾, 49 for 3.
What about Daddy Cool? Daddy Cool. Cool inside.
Mighty outside. Scorpio and the big daddy of SUVs, now with ADAS.
Purity और प्राइस में श्योर 1 लीटर कैंपा श्योर सिर्फ 15 रुपए में
Italy, just across the course of 3 deliveries, significant pressure has been placed upon this Nepalese middle order. 2 batters at the crease, both on none. Such pedigree in this coaching unit. John Davison, the head coach, Kevin O'Brien, the assistant coach. Dougie Brown, another assistant coach. Lots with World Cup experience. For those that know European cricket, Italy's presence here is no surprise. As the 50 comes up in the 8th over. Anyways, it's the most difficult region to qualify from, Bish. 30 teams altogether. Sets out for just 2 places. Started all the way back in May, June 2024. Famous win over Scotland in Amsterdam, or in the Netherlands, was good enough.
And the last wicket again was the attempt to finally get to grips with the ball, the slide out of the crease. With the arm ball he's boasting about, didn't show enough awareness to slide the feet back, and that is disbelief.
Brilliant over. Italy on top, 52 for 3.
हर सपना एक सफर है हर सफर में दम है
अरे मेरा फोन हमेशा बिजी क्यों रहता है संजय?
नहीं बॉस हूँ इसका सिर्फ काम
वही तो सर calm down कुरकुरे चटपटे से सब पटे.
He's going to play a big role both innings. Today, remarkably the highest degree of turn anywhere in the competition, any of the venues across India and Sri Lanka thus far, here at the 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈. Nepal will be used to that, but they have had their trials and tribulations against slow bowling in recent times. These two need to build a partnership.
हेलो 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 अब आउँछ
मेरो ज्याकेट कहाँ गयो त्यहाँ मालो लगाएर त मेरो
Good running, and I suppose if the pitch is going to offer a little bit of grip for the slower men, although we haven't seen big spin yet because of the pace at which they've been bowling. What's a good score? Make an assessment of conditions. What can you defend based on the conditions? So the critical assessment.
एउटा मात्र छ र हारो हारो
That assessment will change through 8.
लोकेशमा मार हुन्छ त एउटा गास गर्नुहुन्छ गुल्सरले त अस्ति देखाइहाल्यो नि यसरी बेला बेला हान्न हो बच्चा नै बेला बेला यसरी हान्न हो मेन भनेको चाहिँ नेपालको चाहिँ ओपनर भएन क्या दुईजना कुशल र अरिफ छ नि आसिफ कुशलले अस्ति चाहिँ अलिअलि हो कि जस्तो हाने थियो ओपनर टिक्नुपर्छ क्या मेन भनेको ओपनर टिक्दैन मैले नेपाली 160-70 त हान्नै पर्छ कुशल रोहित अनि को गयो आसिफ हैन यो टिभीको साउन्ड हो यो कोरा भन्ने आएछ हैन अहिले हेरिस गयो पाछे
इसी में सुनकर
भाइ हुक्का अघि भनेको त ल्यायो भन न हुक्का 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 क्या
3 overs of seen thus far. Imagine Nepal will be looking at that, analysing that. He's got a spinner into the side today, Raj Banshi.
Pressure ball guy alongside us, Harsha. What have you spotted here? Something I always look forward to when I see the associates play. I love their athleticism, their enthusiasm, and Italy haven't fallen short today. They've been magnificent in the field. It's something we've seen over the years. When the Zimbabwe first came along, they were so good in the field. To watch them today, and even the keeper, very, very good behind the stance, and I think they just made it more difficult for the Nepalese.
It's a good point actually, but we've often talked about because they're perhaps less, I suppose, technical skill of batting and bowling, you tend to maximize in other places. Teams like the Netherlands, as well as an associate nation, we've talked about if the 4 member nations, the more talented teams, the more powerful teams could say, let me take a similar approach to maximize in areas of fielding the 1%ers. I think they've got the right medicine there.
Which saves 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈. In general, I just add on to that fish as well, the fact that it's a trademark of many of the associates as they rise up the rankings. Namibia field ever so well. They'll scrap for every single run tonight against India. They might need to.
And that's because they know they have to be as good as they can be in all departments.
On top of that, the bowling will generally be better than the batting. And some of that is the surfaces that we see across the associate world. They are getting better. The key thing is for all these teams, they're playing more than ever through the ICC pathway events, through Cricket World Cup League 2, through the Challenge League beneath that. Over 90 teams tried to qualify for this World Cup. Every game is a lot of jeopardy and a lot of meaning behind it. The halfway stage in the first innings, Nepal 67 for 3.
Price Machine. Here, Richard Capasur, Chief Pandalvan. Very sorry.
Will be in Delhi. Libya to be at their very best.
रेड बुललाई ट्याग पनि गर्नु होइन अनि यहाँ नाम पनि टिप्दैछु मैले जित्यो भने चाहिँ नेपालको जर्सी पाउँछ है भाइको नाम भिडियो खोइ खिचेको ट्याग छान भन न ट्याग ट्याग
This is a much better first end for Italy with the ball. Their opening game, and comes to it.
Nice.
Misfield. That allows for the second. Davidson, the head coach, said perhaps the occasion got to them over at Eden Gardens in Kolkata. They were keen to insert the opposition again today, Michael Atherton, and they've done well.
Yeah, I think inevitably there were one or two opening night nerves, if you want to put it like that, against Scotland in Kolkata, but Italy. They've been pretty impressive here today. They're obviously rocked by the injury to their captain as well early on in that opening game, so all kinds of effects just hampering their performance, but it's been good today. There's a little help for the spinners. We've seen plenty of spin, and 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈 probing on a challenging line outside off stump. Also been held by a slightly tentative performance, truth be told, from Nepal, who right from the off have just allowed Italy to bowl at them.
Nothing to lose sort of attitude, free spirit that we saw against England. 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈, one of the players, among favourites today. Whether that adds to mentality and how you approach this game. Outfield is a friend of the batter. So welcome boundary for 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙕.
Yes, and a little more pace from 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈 is the friend of the batter as well. It's been largely spin for the opening half of this innings. 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾, although running his fingers down the side of the ball there, has got a bit more pace, and with the fielder up inside the circle, there's an opportunity to use that pace and guide it for four.
Back-to-back boundaries for 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾.
Yes, just starting to find their voice now. These fantastic supporters that follow the Nepal team around. They've been a bit quiet for the opening 10 overs, but a couple of boundaries here. 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾 just starting to give some impetus to this innings.
He tried the off-cutter ball that was guided. This one is the back of the hand. Picked it up well. That's the batter. Face off delivery. For Nepal, 12 off it, 79 for 3.
म त्यो भाइलाई भनौँ त मान्छे चाहिएको हो अलिक कुरा गर्छु भेटिसके राम्रो राम्रो पनि भेटिसके म्यानेजर अलि बाटो राख्नुपर्छ नि त तपाईँलाई प्रेसर हुँदैन क्या तपाईँलाई के प्रेसर हुँदैन तपाईँले अर्डर दिने मात्र हो नि त
Has them at 160 now. Extra spinner they've got on the right bunch in that spinner.
already spoken about the impact that spin has had here at the Wankhede. Almost a throwback days before it became a batting fest. What we like to see in franchise cricket. Combat. No, it's actually nice to see T20 cricket in the bright sunshine. That's a different flavor. Brings the spinners into play.
Ben Menente is enjoying himself in this tournament so far. He brought up into his first half century, of course, in the opening game. Excellent figures at the moment of 1 for 5.
A big day for the Menente family. Remember, it's still in the days gone by. The babies in the house. He's of course Mumbai. Bollywood is Dan Morrison in his own way. The presence of Nepal and Italy just added to the colour of this ICC Men's T20 World Cup. Best city in the world.
Should ask you about Ahmedabad yesterday. That's where you were, weren't you?
Left it in the 15th over, second innings. 4 games to leave early.
He had to catch an early flight. That's going to be one of the most, if not the most, talked about T20 internationals of all. You were there and missed the denouement.
Well, if anyone at Ahmedabad left early, there's your lesson. Because I left just as Mohammad Nabi got out. There's no way this game's. 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎 ordered about 6 cups of hot water this morning. 81 for 3 Nepal.
कति रन बन्छ होला भन त कति रन हाल्ला नेपालले हचट हैन स्पिनर पिच रहेछ अहिले सन्दीप लामिछानेहरुलाई पनि सजिलो हुन्छ होला
उब्रेको त फेरि होला नि अर्को जबको लागि
9 केस ल्याएर छ एक दिनमा 3टा केस
He reckons he might still play a part. Just cross for him.
मलाई रेड बुलले जुन जुन भन्ने थियो इन्डिया
Right, Jasprit Singh. First game of
wide.
Right, Andrew Leonard is pitch side. Let's see what he's got for us. Lenny.
Yeah, just down our pitch side. Firstly, before I want to talk to you about the team dugouts and the coaching staff behind me, the noise of the boundaries right there in the 11th overs of walking around there is absolutely extraordinary. You can see what the English team is saying. Just over my shoulder, a lot of Irish fans know very well. O'Brien with the assistant coaches. Serious World Cup pedigree in both coaching staffs. So if we start talking about Italy's one, as I really work this, 52 because very quick between the wickets. Yes, does get back. O'Brien, a 50-ball century in the 2011 World Cup. So the head coach in Canada, 67-ball century at that time in the world record.
मेरो नाम पनि हाल लेख्नु पर्छ नि म पनि त खाइरहेको थिएँ
Against the West Indies. But then, all the way
जर्सी
in 1996,
ल्याउन अनि जर्सी चाहिँ ल्याएको छैन म रेड बुलले खोइ त दिएको
from the jaws of victory here in India. Australia, Shane Warne inspired. Won that semi-final. He was playing the 1996 World Cup, and then Ian Harvey, who's the bowling consultant in the squad, he was a World Cup winner all the way back in 2003. Yes, every piece of cricket I was talking to you there about, that was the 50-over World Cup, the ODI World Cup. But both of the coaching setups, significant World Cup pedigree, and you can see clearly being passed on to both Italy and Nepal.
Brilliant. Down memory lane from Andrew Leonard. So fond memories, especially of the Kevin O'Brien 100, Michael Atherton.
He was there. Famous night and victory for Ireland in Bangalore.
𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎, who's come into this team in place
अस्ति
of
सबिन दाइको कन्सर्टमा इटलीमा
𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎.
को रेड बुलको त्यो हाम्रो दाढीवाला दाइ गएको थियो
That he wants to take a little pace off the ball.
मैले हेरिरहेको थिएँ भिडियो
Becomes a bit quicker.
तिमी चाहिँ गएनौ
Two
अनि रेड बुलले
sets of
जहाँ
players
हाल्छ त
here,
के हो यार
those
किन
who come as immigrants
पैसा
from
बेसी भयो
cricket mad playing countries. He is one of them, and then those from elsewhere who come through a family engagement. So it's a real League of Nations, and they do remarkably well to come together for an occasion like this.
त्यो अस्ति इङ्ल्यान्डसँग हाम्रो त्यो लास्टमा कुद्नु पर्दैन
Pronunciation right, 60 kilometers northeast of Milan.
चौका त प्लान नि हानेर बुढेर गयो भने चौका त हुन्छ नि त झट्का अलि गाडी हुन्छ नि त
Via the route of the 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾 cricket
त्यो गेम जितेको थियो कम मजा आउँथ्यो अब त गाह्रो छ किन भन्दाखेरि इङ्ल्यान्ड हार्दैछ भने इङ्ल्यान्डले कसलाई जितिहाल्छ अरूलाई वेस्ट इन्डिज नेपाली जित्नुपर्छ
in Italy's qualification here, the big stage. Steady start. Just breathe 8 off. 89 for 3 Nepal.
8 रन हानेछ ठिकै हो
क्रिकेट ये सिर्फ एक खेल नहीं, दीवानगी। दीवानगी जब क्रिकेट की छाती है, सारा इंडिया इस दीवानगी में इंडिया के साथ हम हैं। दीवाना हो सकता है।
अरे मेरा फोन हमेशा बिजी क्यों रहता है संजय
इसका सिर्फ काम
तो सर काम डाउन चटपटे से संपत्ति
Bumped into 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎 before start of play, actually. Just highlighted to me how far the game has come and changed, because the last time I saw him was probably at Radlett Cricket Club 10 years ago. My local club, he was our overseas pro. If you'd have said to us then that 10 years later he would be representing Italy in a Cricket World Cup, be a real stretch of the imagination. 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾 now to bowl some wrist spin. It's been an enjoyable surface for the spinners in this competition so far. 𝘿𝙄𝙎 brilliant late last evening against West Indies. 𝘿𝙄𝙎 is a bit quicker through the air, so probably won't find the same amount of lateral spin as Rashid.
In fact, with his height, slightly quicker trajectory, almost mirror image of good
पुराले बाम ल्याएर हान्छौ
for delivery to Jacob
बाम ल्याएर पड्काउँछ होला हाइमा छ हैन इङ्ल्यान्डलाई त हाल्यो म्याच इटाली भनेर अस्ति हाल्ने त्यसमा
That's another measure of the way the game has changed.
मुम्बईमा भइरहेको छ गेम
Spin it both ways with finger spin.
मुम्बईले टाढो होला हैन कलकत्ता दिल्ली भन्दा
As 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎 can do now.
सिधै प्लेन पाउँछ मुम्बईको
यहाँबाट छ भने
दिल्ली त दिल्ली ट्रान्जिट भएको भाइ नेपालबाट डाइरेक्ट मुम्बईको प्लेन छ दिल्लीबाट अनि लोकल प्लेन चढ्नु पर्यो फेरि किन जाने हो
An excellent evening for him and for West Indies, particularly for Moti, who's had to spend a bit of time out of the team refashioning his technique and his action. Use that time away to develop the wrist spinner. So tremendous return to the top flight for him.
Beauty! Again. It was the googly babs and Irish didn't pick it. There's a period of pressure building without a boundary. In pursuit of one defender, Irish is gone.
Yeah, apt timing this to take the wicket from 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎. It's the googly, it's a good one. Just coming back both on the angle and out of the back of the hand. Defender 𝘿𝙄𝙎, don't know whether he didn't pick it or just took the wrong option, but either way, he'll pay a heavy price. And the foul now 93 for 4, 𝘿𝙄𝙎 gone for 17.
कडा खुल गयो
Star Sports 2 is ready to witness an intense battle for Super 8 spots. Who will seal the deal? Will India be the first team to break 300 runs in the T20 World Cup? Watch India's group games in ICC Men's T20 World Cup live only on 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝙀 and Star Sports Network.
This broadcast is co-presented by Thumbs Up, Taste the Thunder, and ChatGPT, co-powered by Emirates, Fly better, in association with Mahindra SUVs, Apollo Tires, Rapido Go Free Yaar, Sting Energy, and 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎.
तिमी गर्दैन आज कास्टिङ किन नगर्नु कति बजे हो 7 बजे अनि म पुग्नु पर्छ नि त दाइ अगाडि देखिन प्रोडक्सन चेन्ज हान्दिएको नि त मैले
ICC Men's T20 World Cup, India versus Pakistan, 15th round.
हाम्रो चाहिँ कसले गराउन आँटेको थाहा छैन इन्डिया भर्सेस पाकिस्तान भन्छ त गेम हुन्छ हुँदैन भने नि अस्ति हुन्छ तर इन्डियामा हुँदैन कोलम्बोतिर श्रीलङ्का अहिले पाकिस्तानीहरु श्रीलङ्कामा चाहिँ खेल्दै
ICC Men's T20 World Cup every day at 6 p.m.
This broadcast is presented by ChatGPT and Thumbs Up, Taste the Thunder, co-powered by Emirates, Fly better, in association with Mahindra SUVs, Apollo Tires, Rapido Go Free Yaar, 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝙀, and Sting Energy.
Start with the ball, 4 for 21. 2 balls to spare, finally almost the hero. You can take down the best in the world.
होटलको म्याच चाहिँ पछाडिपट्टि रेड बुल लेखेको छ हैन
Enjoy eating Jofra Archer.
उसकोमा सेक्वा होला बाबुकोमा खै के सेक्वा बाइ किलो के भन्ने छ त उसको
Keep them at 160 plus score. Kalagama game with Mistera. What about the second? But Lokesh has actually slipped at the non-strikers end. 94 for 4 after 14.
इन लड़कियों के लिए प्रोफेशनल अकेडमी कैसे शुरू करें?
सबसे पहले अकेडमी को ट्रस्ट के तौर पर रजिस्टर करिए। इससे आप ग्रांट्स के लिए एलिजिबल हो जाओगे। ग्रांट्स के लिए इक्विपमेंट और डेली ऑपरेशंस का प्रपोजल देना होगा। मैं ग्रांट प्रपोजल और ट्रस्ट रजिस्ट्रेशन चेकलिस्ट बना दूँ।
इटाली त जोको भनेर लाइटली खेलिरहेको जस्तो लाग्यो हौ सुरुमै ल्याम विकेट
The spinners that have kept Nepal's line up quiet. Kalagama game with the wickets and definitely 3 outstanding overs. He's not got a spell, so Brother Harry knows how to use it. But this is the phase where you expect the batting side to accelerate. Go through. Shows that it's
मामले हान्छ बरु पावर है
हाने अनि त अस्ति पनि
हाने अनि
साथीहरु हाने नि त नेपालले लास्ट
तो घुमाइदिएछ यार नम्बरले
or lovely
भाइ ज्याकेटमा माल छ ल्याउन एउटा
Dismiss Roston chase. Great skill. The launch phase, first 3 power play overs were quiet and then they took on from there. 34 of the next 3.
better line that. Keep it nice and tight to the stumps. Don't leave the stumps. Just that first ball of the over was floated up wide. I haven't really seen the ball turn significantly yet this afternoon.
shots. This is it. Excellent catch. They are up for this, Italy. They are pumped, Italy. Luckish man. Was so good the other afternoon. But no further wrong with the bats today.
Yeah, big wicket, given the damage that Rocket found can inflict. Looking to eye up that slightly shorter leg side boundary. There's not much in it today, but 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎, who put down a catch, an important catch in that first game, and put down 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎 this time. Makes no mistake out in the he looks absolutely delighted with the result, as well he might. A brief innings today from Rocket and Italy have another now, Nepal 96 for 5.
Cool inside.
Scorpio and the big daddy of SUVs.
अरे मेरा फोन हमेशा बिजी क्यों रहता है? नहीं बॉस हूँ इसका, सिर्फ काम। तो सर, calm down. कुरकुरे, चटपटे से सब पटे।
5 overs to go. 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎, number 7. Plenty of time still.
Come on, Gullu!
Quite distinctive, isn't it? Taller than most of the others in this team, and he gives it a whack as well if he gets in. Nepal need a bit of that now.
They'll be left-handers. Different challenge now. The left-handed 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎 troubled the Worldcup. Slipping place, so 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝙾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎, his first outing as captain this tournament. Been on the money.
Decision first of all to bowl first. I expected the captain might want to bat this afternoon in the heat of the day, and given the spin that we saw yesterday, but so far the decision to bowl has certainly paid dividends.
Oh, trouble, turn back. The batter does so in time, much to the relief of the Nepal fans. 2 for 9 of his score, 97 for 5.
इसी में चल कर
This is someone kidding service. Good face on, you've got travel for runs, you take face off, you can't get a run off you. And I didn't think I never say this about the one Kelly. Back with John Smuts, 3 overs for 18. I thought that, and there's a mention that in the previous commentary stint, that you'd want to bat first on this, because if anything, with the pretty hard afternoon heat, it might slow down. When you bat first, you've got to score enough. 150 looks very distant at the moment. Interesting, Michael Everton was talking about seeing John Smuts play for his club side 10 years ago. Between there and playing for Italy, he's actually played for South Africa. The first of the left-handers in. Equidistant the boundaries today, so no preference on either side. Just to highlight the difference between pitch 7 and pitch 8 as England comes up. Pitch 7 was where they played against England. They had 17 fours and 7 sixes that day. Today so far, over number 16, 6 fours and 2 sixes. Once again finds the fielder. It's that kind of day.
Long half.
He could have hit it where he wanted. He found the fielder. It's an excellent low catch. Nepal have lost another campo piano. Down on the boundary behind.
खुल के
They've shown great discipline and awareness in the field to hold their chances. We were discussing fielding earlier, how important it is. Discipline so far of this Italian squad is outstanding. Real pressure on Nepal as the wickets keep tumbling, keep falling. 𝘿𝙎𝙎𝘶 goes for 27, 100 for 6.
Seal the deal.
यस्तो हो क्या भाइ विकेट भएको नभएको रन त राम्रै हो क्या यो 5 ओभरमा अब विकेट भएको थियो ड्याङ हान्थ्यो नि त विकेट गयो क्या बेसी रन त ठिकै छ 100
Very different day in international cricket for Nepal.
अलिक कम नै हो पड्काउने कोही छैन यो चल्यो भने हो आज अब अर्को को आउँछ यसपछि सोमपाल होला अनि त सन्दीप लामिछाने आउँछ ब्याटिङमा आज स्पिनरको राम्रो छ क्या पेस सिधरले ओभर गरिरहेछ त्यस्तो हुन्छ क्या थोरै रनको तालको देख्छु त लेभल टिकेर हेर्छ क्या धेरै हाल्यो भने पड्काउनु पर्छ भन्छ आउट हुन्छ हैन थोरैमा त कट टुक्का दिन्छ नि लास्ट 17 बलमा
There's a lot of spin from them too.
Hello.
Very, very good over. Nepal are marooned. They're going nowhere. 4 runs off at 16 gone. 101 for 6.
इङ्ल्यान्डसँग 6 विकेट गएको थिएन होला यो अनि हिरो त कस्तो हान्थ्यो रानी टाङलाई त्यसले कोहलीले
अरे मेरा फोन हमेशा बिजी क्यों रहता है संजय
नहीं बॉस हूँ इसका सिर्फ काम
तो सर काम डाउन कुरकुरे चटपटे से सब पटे
4 overs 1 for 22. The leg spin of 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎 3 overs.
4 ओभरमा 9 रन 2 विकेट हर्यो त्यसको 4 ओभरमा 9 रन 2 विकेट
runs have come from Hassan Ali, pace on, Stewart,
त्यसको बलिङ छ
occasionally pace on. 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎, another excellent story.
सब स्पिनरहरु ल्याइराछ
You think of Roma, Bish, don't you? Think of Roma. And you think football, you think of a kind of coffee. Not a Roma cricket club where he comes from. Tossing pizzas in Tuscany. He plays cricket in his park rest of the time. Now another day that would have been in the stands.
Couple of wickets today that Nepal will reflect on, that the execution wasn't great. The last one of 𝘿𝙎𝙎𝙎 help to deep backward square. You want to go left or right. And he hears about it as he walks off. But take nothing away from the lower ranked team, which is Italy 10 runs below Nepal, making them sweat.
Once again, it seems that every time the ball is in the air, it finds a fielder underneath. Yet another goes down.
गुलशन भाइ अब पब्जी नै खेला होला तिमी
Score the big runs at the end is 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘶. And he's got Manenti this time to catch and 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝙗𝙎. That's 3.
Rohit Cordell couldn't execute his pull shot. 𝘿𝙎𝙎𝙎 couldn't execute his. 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈 strikes the ball reasonably well when on song, hits it straight to Lamont. Again, great on Italy for their execution and their energy. Maybe Nepal will reflect that they're trying to grab too much. 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈 goes for 3, 102 for 7.
मैले भनेको त केटा हो नेपालको टिम हो कि इङ्ल्यान्डसँग खत्रै खेल्यो तर नेपालको भर छैन भनेर मैले भने हो नि सक्यो हेरिँदैन अब लास्टको 2 म्याच ढुक्कै हारो नन्दन आएछ यो त बलर हैन आज पछि म्याच भन्ने छैन त्यसले हान्छ नि हैन बरु ब्याटिङ पनि राम्रो
You want to utilize all your overs if you're Nepal.
स्पिनरसँग खेल्नै सक्दैन रहेछ नेपालले
What are you reaching for as a total? Are you trying to reach for too much or is it just the execution is off? Nepal spinners generally go slower than Italy's spinners.
थुक्का म्याच के गरेको
They're both running to the same end, but they different thoughts on the single. This was just a giveaway. This was a surrender. This really.
बेजत गर यार बेजतै गरो
Miscommunication. So his partner down the river, whether he would have played it if he'd gone anyway, we will never know. But it's another wicket to Italy, and if they want their fans at home to take them seriously, they're giving a good advert for it. Yadav is angry, and he's gone. 102 for him.
Purity और प्राइस में शो ये रेफर कैंपा शो सिर्फ 15 रुपए में मेरा शो है
India continue to be aggressive.
Will India be the first team to break 300 runs barrier in T20 World Cup? Watch India's group games in ICC Men's T20 World Cup live only on 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈 and Star Sports Network.
𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈 comes in. He's probably the best known of all the Nepalese cricketers. He'll do very well with the ball. He's a fine bowler. At the moment, it's 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈 moving from tea country to coffee country, from string hoppers to pizzas, and leg spin producing wickets. 3 for 18, a run out in this over too. Nepal are going nowhere. And he finishes that over well, just a run off it. 17 gone, it's 102 for 8.
इन लड़कियों के लिए प्रोफेशनल एकेडमी कैसे शुरू करें?
सबसे पहले एकेडमी को ट्रस्ट के तौर पर रजिस्टर करिए। इससे आप ग्रांट्स के लिए एलिजिबल हो जाओगे। ग्रांट्स के लिए इक्विपमेंट और डेली ऑपरेशंस का प्रपोजल देना होगा। मैं ग्रांट प्रपोजल और ट्रस्ट रजिस्ट्रेशन चेकलिस्ट बना दूं।
अरे मेरा फोन हमेशा बिजी क्यों रहता है? संजय
नहीं बॉसों इसका सिर्फ काम
तो सर काम डाउन चटपटे से सब बटे
Wayne Madsen, who is not playing today, came into this tournament, as we all rightly said. We are here to take a scalp or two. We are here to try to let the people at home know we want to grow cricket. We want to be back for many World Cups. The game isn't finished by any stretch, but they've given a good account of themselves with the ball in the field today. I like this guy, Hassan Ali. Migrated from Pakistan at the age of 15. Loves the game, and I thought he was brilliant in the first game.
Probably got 2 to bowl. The innings goes that far. Takes pace off, no surprise.
You can see current QCT call. You don't see it there. You see he just came into screen and then halfway down when his partner took off, he turned back. That's what you call miscommunication and selling a guys here. He wants to know what's happening as well. Sold him down the river.
There can be no more dismaying sight in the game, Bish, than you're running to the non-strikers end and your partner's going quicker than you to the same end. There was only one in there. Beautiful stories. I thought you would mention Hassan Ali, leading their countries going in search of opportunity. They're making the best of what they can. The associates throw up the most beautiful cricket stories. Now, thinking, can they get to 150, Bish? The saying, can we do something with 120?
Have to, and again, whether they try to bite off more than they can chew initially, whether they'll reflect on whether they assess the surface. They bowl slower than the Italians, so they might get the ball to grip. Sandy, you talked about there are a couple of finger spinners and wrist spin, so they might get the ball to grip. The 120 is what they ideally look for.
The spinners who got them into the game against England too. 𝘿𝙎𝙎𝘶𝙎𝙎 bowled well too, other than Lamichan.
125-30 मात्र हाने नै हुन्छ अब त अनि बलिङ राम्रो गर्नु पर्यो क्या तर उनीहरुले अब इजी खेल्छ क्या प्रेसर छैन नि त 24 बलमा 13 रन 5 विकेट हार्यो बाउन्ड्री 41 बल पछि हात हारे
He picked the slower ball quite nicely. Again, straight is the wheel. They need a few more of these. Nepal got 2.1 overs remaining.
दुई ओभर छैन बा
Long, 2 overs run for 25 for him, Ron Stewart.
ओइले पनि रन त खाएको रहेछ कि 2 मा 25
Hassan Ali, what's their option?
2 ओभरमा 25 खाएको रहेछ यसको पनि हान्नु पर्ने हुन्छ रानीले त्यतिखेर हान्ने पनि त ब्याटर थियो
Chani and strike.
यस्तो हो फास्ट बलरहरुलाई चाहिँ अलि पिट्न सजिलो अलि हान्छ क्या स्पिनलाई हान्ने सही छैन नेपालीले
So different when the spinners are bowling and when the quickers are taking pace off even at the way it helps what it's done after it hits the
4 ओभरमा 9 रन अरे 4 ओभरमा 18 अरे त्यो दुईटाले धेरै त्यो दुईटाले खाइदियो क्या विकेट पनि 3 र 2 ले गरेछ
Hassan Ali look for the base. The bowler is having an off day or he can go to just Pizzi.
दुई भर्दैन होला यसले मात्र हाने क्या यो त इटालीको होइन हो म हेर्दै इन्डियन छ
Some of the more renowned spinners in the game. All you want is deviation.
इन्डियाको सेलेक्सनमा पर्दैन जस्तो छ क्या
He's shown
बाहिर बाहिर
with his
चल्दिने
googly and his control. Brilliant on him.
इन्डियामा त गाह्रो छ नि त पढ्न पनि ओलीको लेभलको प्लेयर हुन्छ नि इन्डियामा इन्डियामा मलाई यो रन्जी सन्जी कप खेल्नेहरू नेपालको टिम भन्दा राम्रो हुन्छ होइन भइहाल्छ नि वार्ड स्तरीय खेल्नेहरू हुन्छ खतरा इन्डियामा चान्सै पाउँदैन त्यत्रो जनसङ्ख्या छ सबले क्रिकेट खेल्छ अनि वार्ड खेल्ने के अरे वर्ल्ड कप खेल्ने राम्रो हुन्छ
Then the ball turned back in. It's a lovely ball. Two should be easy. Once again, the non-striker, not the quickest. We saw a non-striker the other day, not the quickest. Running to win the match for Afghanistan, but not running quickly.
नेपालको बलिङ राम्रो छ नि त
What do you say? You just need to move the ball. And is that more and more because of the see the line, hit the line approach of the batters?
The batters setting themselves. I think everyone out there knows that you set yourself to hit through the line and either way. And the game, of course, is little time to adjust.
मैले त अनि तिमीले हालिसक्यो त मैले त ओके गरेँ त नि स्टोरी हालेर छ त मैले हालेँ रेड बुल नेपालबाट
So often the roads that we have, occasionally called pitches, do not allow even that little lateral movement. Today it's different, it's stopping, it's gripping, it's turning. Just a single.
Talking about current KC 2018 win against Canada to go to the qualifiers. Only had 2 wickets left. I think they needed 51 of the last 5 overs. He got 42 of 31 to take that win and into the qualifiers back in 2018. That's why I say he's no low. He can actually hold his own.
Great thing about that stat was not that Bish dug it out, but that he could read his own handwriting. One for everything.
फुटबलमा भयो त 12 गोल हान्थ्यो होला रिटालीले हैन 10 मिनेटको अन्तरमा हान्थ्यो होला है
Angele Amama Madak, right Madak, Heroes of the T20 World Cup.
ICC Men's T20 World Cup every day at 6 p.m.
Don't underestimate the 21 that these two have put on. Got a decent batting side, Italy, but they're up against a team stacked with slow bowlers. Straight up, just inside the circle, he's gone for it and he holds it. Just briefly wondered because he was looking into the sun, but he's done really well to Harry Manenti.
Everyone on the field so far today. The points left in the tournament only lasted 4 overs. They didn't acquit themselves that well against Scotland. They talked about nerves and misexecution. Today, so far, they barely put a foot round. That's routine. That is not. Outstanding. Hope you're watching back at home in Italy. Hope you're watching. They're doing well. And 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈 goes to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9.
To witness an intense battle for Super 8 spots. Who will seal the deal?
Andrew Leonard. He's got himself the right headgear too. They love him in Nepal. No, Andrew, no. You can ask them to sit. No, they're in the midst of media royalty there. Walking the other side, waving to the fans. Right, 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎 is in at 11. He's got to get off strike as quickly as possible. Leave that alone. Did he leave it alone? He left the ball alone.
Nice length. You could see the ball hit that length and bounce. And that's what we talk about, lateral movement. In the absence of that, either steeper bounce or lower bounce creates the wicket opportunity.
Get off strike, 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙎. Get off strike. Trouble in the non-strike. They have been outstanding in the field at the Italians. They've fielded everything, they've caught everything. Now they're hitting the stumps as well. And Karan Casey is stuck at the other end as Nepal get bowled out for a mere 123. The bowlers have been magnificent, but they've had some genuine friends as fielders.
Excellent from Harry Manenti. The way that he picked it up and turned quickly, angled his body to hit it bullseye. It's an exclamation mark, absolutely, on what they've done in the field and what his leadership has been. Younger of the two Manenti brothers, brilliant.
Bisque Farm Top Board. इतना चीज़ी कि बांटने को जी ना करे.
While don't hold body performance. India get the perfect start that they wanted.
India continue to be aggressive.
कसले नाम सबको टिपेको भन न त कसले जित्यो
नाम सबको टिपिसक्यो
कतिवटा हो जर्सी 10 वटा त नि 10 जना सर बेसी रहेछ त के चाहिँ पोस्ट होइन त्यो ट्याग अहिले प्राइस पाउनेले चाहिँ इन्स्टाग्राममा ट्याग हाल्छ नि फेरि फिर्ता हुँदैन
अब के बोल्नु माइक छैन
माइक छ माइक
ल साथीहरू है अघि हामीले नाम टिपेको थियौँ गिभ अवेको लागि 10 जनालाई चाहिँ हामीले नेपालको जर्सी चाहिँ गिभ अवे गर्छौँ भनेको थिए सो नाम टिपाए अनुसार अब विनरहरू त यहाँबाट चुज गर्छौँ कि तर रेड बुल नेपाल र CR7 हुनलाई चाहिँ अघि रेड बुल दिँदाखेरि ट्याग गर्नु भएको छैन भने फेरि नपाउनु सक्नुहुन्छ त्यही भएर सबैजनाले एकचोटि ट्याग चाहिँ गरिहाल्नु होला सबैजनाले हानिसक्नु भएको छ भने चाहिँ अब चुज गर्न थाल्नु होला ल तिमी गर न त तिम्रो नाम छैन अरू सबैको छ यहाँ हो तिम्रै नाम छैन
तिमी घुमाउ न
ट्याग अब सुरुमा कसको नाम आउँछ
कसको आयो तिमी नाम
रश्मेत चन्द्र म
ओए सुरुमै मेरो नाम आएछ है थ्यांक यू है थ्यांक यू है ओए फोटो खिच ओए ओए कस्तो हुँदैन हौ भइहाल्छ नि नाम तपाईको पनि छ तपाईले परे पाउनु हुन्थेन हो त्यो हो नि त कुरा साढे आऊ यता अगाडि
यो तिमीलाई हुँदैन देऊ न केटाहरुलाई
किन हुँदैन
कसरी हुन्छ तिमीलाई
म दिन्छु नि अरूलाई
ल
दाइ पहिला स्टोरी हेरौँ
ल ल ल हाना हाना अर्को हानु अर्को हानु अर्को हानु अर्को हानु
अनि स्टोरी छैन त कसरी पाउनु अरूलाई धागा दियो
पाँच पाँच ल ल ल दियो 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 हैन हैन रिमुभ अब फेरि अनि के थाहा त पर्दैन भनेर बसेको थिएँ। निराजन चन्द चन्दले जित्नु भएको छ है, अगाडि आइदिनु होला। स्टोरी हालेको छ होइन त, भइहाल्यो त।
लाल बहादुर अंकल।
अब अर्को चाहिँ अङ्कलले जित्नु भएको रहेछ है, अङ्कलले मेन्सन हान्नु भएको छ, स्टोरी हाल्नु भएको छ। ल ठिक छ छैन, ठिक छ। छोराले हालिसकेको छ क्यार अघि। कतिजना भइल्छौँ? 2 जना होइन। रबिन न्युरे अर्को नाम रहेको छ। रबिन न्युरे मेन्सन हानेको छ कि छैन? मेन्सन हानेको छैन भने फेरि चेन्ज, रिमुभ थियो क्या। ल सारम्स पन्त मेन्सन हानेको छ। ल भइहाल्यो काम। तीनजना भएन,
3जना।
सुजित ओझा हुनुहुन्छ, मेन्सन हान्नु भएको छ। ल आउनुहोस् त्यसो भए। साइज सबै एउटै हो। कतिवटा भएको नै कल्पेश कठायत मेन्सन हान्नु भएको छ नि। कायदा भइहाल्यो नि, मलाई चाहिँ ठग्यो होइन पुरो टिमले। सुरेश नेउपाने होइन छैन रिमुभ। होइन विनय लेखेको छु मैले, त्यो अर्कै हो। विवेक नगरकोटी मेन्सन हानेछ नि। मान्छे फोन चाहिँ कहाँ रह्यो? मेरो फोन चाहिँ हो। अभिषेक पन्त मेन्सन हान्नु भयो होइन। अर्को नाम छ CR7 हो र। होइन ठिकै छ।
मैले त मेन्सन हानेछु
ठिकै छ त ल लिनु भइहाल्यो त अर्को नाम साँच्चीकै CR7 हो रहेछ है रिमुभ खोलित त सुरुमै म थिएँ पारस अब यो लास्ट एउटा पिस छ अब सबैभन्दा लकी को हुन्छ यहाँबाट त्यो चाहिँ थाहा हुन्छ है त मिल्दैन त्यसरी मिल्दैन आफै लास्ट पिस अब को हुन्छ लकी हेरौँ है प्रत्युष दाहाल मेन्सन हानेको छ नि काम भइहाल्यो त ल यो गिभअवे चाहिँ आज मात्र हैन अर्को नेपालको गेममा पनि गिभअवे हुन्छ यो चोटि नेपालको जर्सी अर्को चोटि रेड बुलकै केही मर्चहरू अथवा होरा स्पोर्ट्सकै केही मर्चहरू चाहिँ आउन सक्छ है त माइक Thank you so much, right?
केटा के गर्ला त यार के गर्ला नेपालले कमब्याक हान्छ त केटा के हुन्छ होला यार थ्याङ्क यू यार स्वरूप साथी यार के छ यार थ्याङ्क यू यार लभली है स्वरूप साथी मन पर्यो है म त स्वरूप साथीले माया मारिसक्यो जस्तो लाग्यो थियो जिउँदै रहेछ कसले मेम्बरसिप लफी चाहिँ यार थ्याङ्क यू यार मोडेलो थ्याङ्क यू सो मच कमब्याक हान्छ त केटा कमेन्ट हान्नुमै
सक्यो
भाइ भन न यार म यहाँ क्याफेमा छु हौ अहिले यसो गर्नु न 6 बजे ठ्याक्क बस्नु न
Thumbs up, taste the thunder. Co-powered by Emirates. Fly better. In association with Mahindra Apollo Tires. Reputable host Horaa. Over Spain.
बिहान खाना नखाएको खाना खाएको
Energy.
बिहान सुबाइकास खाएको हुन्छ चाहिँ
Feel the history just seeping into the venue through every corner you turn. There, Nepal have made it difficult for themselves to say the least. They will need 124 to take a first ever World Cup win of any kind. Nepal are going to need to drag them into the chaos. Can they is a big question.
आउट हान्नुपर्छ क्या अब केटा रन त यो इजी हानिदिन्छ होइन विकेट लिनुपर्छ क्या नेपालले
बहिनी त्यो भाइलाई हुँदा आएन म त क्याफेमा पुनमलाई त मैले त्यही छोडेर आएको त को टुपी बनाइदिने तपाईँलाई को टुपी बनाइदिने यसरी को छिटेको तान देखेन हाँस है यहीँ गर्दै ल ल ल म यहाँ गेम हेर्दैछु
Probably not the first innings we expected. How many of Nepal left out? A few, sadly, from their perspective, at 94 for 3, it felt like around 150 was on the cards, which I think is a highly competitive score if you've got the kind of spin options that Nepal have. But whether they were trying to be too ambitious, who knows? They've fallen well short of that. They're clearly a brilliant fielding side as well. If they can bring those two factors together, put some pressure on Italy, and they're not without a chance of just being lost with
विकेट त विकेटले भनेपछि सही हुन्छ नि तर यिनीहरू टिकेर खेल्छ क्या अब अरूले 3 विकेट झाल्यो
He's not a virtual king pair, really, isn't he? We're necessarily going to see if he play a test match anytime soon, but that's what he'll be thinking. They were very efficient in the first half of this game. A much improved performance from that, which we saw up in Kolkata against Scotland when there were a few first night nerves there. They're very good today.
सुरुमै गरौँ के आएछ यार फास्ट वाला अलि रन दिन्छ यार
Rather than go with potentially with the left-hander on strike to Penderson, really could have been an option.
There was some swing for Hassan Ali, wasn't there? Not for long.
स्वरूपलाई के भन्नु हैन
केटा हो यार सुरुमै करण केसी आएछ यार स्पिनरको पिच त स्पिनरले हान्नु पर्ने थियो यार आज
Are they going to go out with real aggression and try and kill this chase in the first 6? Will they just knock it around?
फास्ट बलरलाई किन ल्याएको क्या
Immediate movement and shape on offer. Stop delivery. Take it away from the right-hander into the left-hander.
Yes, whatever swing is there won't be for long, so you might as well take advantage of it. His coach called for his team to be braver in this encounter than they were against Scotland when they were tentative. Easy to say.
Chance to go upstairs for this. It's a big milestone. 2000 for Penderson already for Italy, still newer in their international journey. Beautiful players could get to 500 T20 runs today.
ला गए यार मैले झुकेर थिचेँ नि के ला विजेतामा गयो यसो छ यार ए धन्दा गएन छ यार काटिहाल्यो विन म्याच अहिले हाम्रो भने गेमहरू होला नि होइन अलि धेर छ चिनेको गेम हेर्नु छैन एक दुईवटा एथलेटिकबाट बार्साको छ आर्सेनल र बेन्फोर्ड सबै नचिनेको टिम
के भन्छ स्वरूप के छ लाग्यो भाइ चौका खायो यार
Need to be careful
no wickets. Athleticism and the fielding brilliance of the likes of Patel it's all into the game. Oliver Cock from Australia. He started umpires in the so
बिस्तारै खेल्छ के त्यसले बिस्तारै खेल्छ बुझ्दैन थाहा छैन टार्गेट धेरैको छैन अब धेरैको टार्गेट हो सुरुमा पड्काउनु खोज्दै आउट पनि हुने चान्स हुन्थ्यो अब मैले बिस्तारै खेलौँ मैले भइहाल्छ विकेट बचाउँ हानौँ भन्ने भयो क्या यिनीहरूलाई 5 ओभरमा एउटा दुईटा बाउन्ड्री हाने काम हुन्छ क्या
is envelop and drag Italy into the chaos, into the manic nature of the cricket that we often see at these levels.
Nice.
We'll see what they do when the crowd get involved. Anything can still happen. And that's the other aspect of it. We play all fantastic support each time they play. It's not quite a full house by any stretch, but there are a fair few thousand in here and they will raise the roof if a few wickets fall, and that will carry their team along on that tide of emotion.
कसरी उनीहरूले छाप्यो होला यो जति भने नि मैले एउटाले पुग्छ क्या एउटा हान्यो काम हुन्छ क्या किकमा उड्छ नि उड्छ त्यही नै उड्छ हौ
सिर्फ 15 दिन बचे हैं प्रेशर में अभी भी लाइन बिगड़ जाती है
7 रन हान्यो नि ओभरमा
सेलेक्टर्स देखते हैं कंसिस्टेंसी सेम लाइन और लेंथ पर फोकस करो और एक्यूरेसी ट्रैक करो कंट्रोल अपने आप आ जाएगा मैं तुम्हारे लिए 15 दिन का लाइन कंट्रोल ट्रेनिंग प्लान बनाऊं
The corner of the country, right the way from 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈 out in the west to 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈 in the east. There's only one thing that's being talked about or watched, despite elections coming up next month.
मुस्का हार्यो दुईटा हेर न ए मुस्का हार्यो
On a video call, I believe a number of people stretching all the way into the distance. Sorry, what is going? He's fielding on its best against England. Maybe at least one, if not two, given away as they'll scramble back for 3.
यतिकै जित्छ क्या यिनीहरूले टुक्कामै धेरै हिट हान्नै पर्दैन
Nicely chopped away, actually. This means you've got to be at the stumps, particularly with this new ball, which will skid on a little. Try not to leave the line of the stumps. In addition to Kathmandu, those screens in Dangadi and Pokhara and Sansari, Harapur, Nepal, 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈. Well, too, so much of the cricket played down in the Terai region, which is the lower third of the country, obviously home of not just Mount Everest, but more 8,000 plus peaks than any other country in the world. And who is putting up the screens? Is it the National Cricket Association, the local associations, or local government institutions? What a legend. Now, hold on, just hold on a sec. I was filming something up there, I was brought up there, and I was asking everyone to take a pose, and no one could. So I have one for you, Atlas. I might just cover up the, well, certainly you're going to cover up a bit there for him. We're all getting that way, I'm afraid. Quick single run again in this field. This was on Sunday, Nepal's problem. Watched them up close for so long now, Michael. Beat the West Indies in charge in September. Even Ian Bishop said he had never really seen a better fielding performance. So the fact that they're off just on Sunday, but to start with today is concerning. There is Italian support in the crowd too. They're heavy favourites right now. Over batting. Using the pace on the ball to get it up and over the head of 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈. Are there any concerns for Nepal and Italy's flag flying high?
500 runs up now for 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄 in T20 internationals. It's a smart bit of batting that actually, because he got that front foot way across to the line of off stump and outside, and that allowed him to hoist the ball fine over short, fine leg.
A bowl, but 9 runs come from the over. 16 for none.
8 को 100 ये चलाए कितने पड़ गया ऐसे ही कम क्या करेंगे ऐसे ही कितना नहीं दबाना तेरे बीच में आने वाला है फोर्थ नाम तो कहते हैं वो क्या तो आइडिया
अरे मेरा फोन हमेशा बिजी क्यों रहता है संजय नहीं वॉशिंग स्टॉप सिर्फ काम तो सर calm down चटपटे से सब पते
The ride the highs and the lows like the heartbeats that they send racing across Nepal. Unless they can get some wickets coming soon. Lose control to start with.
के गरे फिल्डर म्याच नि
Of all people, such a good fielder.
हैन अति रिस उठाइसक्यो हेर न एउटा बल राख्न समाते छैन
Every single one of these sides, when they do qualify for a World Cup, and Italy's case, they're first, has them tailor-made and ready to go.
विकेट लिन पर्यो क्या ब्याट्सम्यानलाई प्रेसरै छैन इजिली हान्छु भन्ने छ
Superb.
Okay.
This may well go all the way. Could have just kicked up into the cushion. Pace on, certainly looking easier to hit.
Yeah, it has gone all the way, and this is a terrific shot. It's just taken a bit of time. Understandably, a few nerves jangling, having struggled against Scotland in that opening game and missed a couple on his pass.
पछाडी हुक्कामा गएर सक्दियौ फेरि कहाँ हो घर पुगेछ नौ
He's picked up that. It was not really banged in short. He picked up the length quickly. This is a good start from it. 22, just two balls going well.
छिटै सकिन्छ होला आज त
Beauty, change of pace, it does everything. Oh, kiss the top of the veils. Somehow evades them down all the way to 69 miles an hour.
Don't know how this is missed. 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄, he's not a tall bowler. He's short, skiddy. It was a bit of an off-cutter. Actually came back the other way. Although he cut action on it, just came back into Moscow. Just over the top of middle and off.
Really well guided. Outfield is quick. 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄 will just chase in vain. Boundaries coming with a flurry. It's a very satisfied Italian base.
यसरी हानेको सारी हाल्नु
Both into double figures. Powerful punch over the leg side. There's something a little delicate. Guiding this down through third. Nicely played.
𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾 was brought into the side today after someone who's very economical, very accurate. This
Wicket
always opens
नलिकन
the bowling in international cricket.
विकेट पनि जाँदैन क्या प्रेसर
It's just the
छैन
fact it's the left-right hand combination that they haven't gone with him. Just 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈, a flying 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼. After Irene, the next best fielder in his side. Don't think he got anything on it. Races for 4 more.
So they're racing along now. Looking to come at Karen Casey. In the air, wasn't far away from the fingertips of 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾, but I think at 30 for Nona, it's going to have to be a change of pace and some spin in the opening power play.
Contact made, but 14 come from the over. Italy flying 30 for Nona.
Cricket. Yes, sir, खेल नहीं दीवानगी जो क्रिकेट की छाती है सारा इंडिया दीवाना इंडिया का दीवाना हम सब प्योरिटी और प्राइस में शो 1 लीटर कैंपा शोर सिर्फ 15 रुपए में टुगेदर शामिल
necessarily stick to their bowling plans or get them quite right in the game.
10 को रन रेट 10 को हान्दैछ अनि
here it should be someone who will offer control, will offer consistency. Very clever bowler, generally comes wide of the crease, won't turn the ball a huge amount. Should be able to hit that good length. Stop again. Cover point. You can either save 2 or give away 2 depending upon your point of view. 𝘿𝙎𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈, the fielder. 𝘿𝙎𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈 being another unceremoniously whipped out of that position by his captain. He will himself go across billets and 𝘿𝙎𝙎𝙾 will come over to square leg. Good running. Expect good communication between the two runners.
त्यसपछि लाइन छाने आउँछ कि दाजुभाइ होस् सर
Goes again, gets it again.
नेपालले 160 मात्र हानेको भए
Well, it's a good combination. Left hand and right hand, so they've always got one of them hitting with the spin. 𝘿𝙎𝙎𝘾, left arm spin, so try and get a left-hander on strike if you can and take advantage of the matchup.
What about an immediate change of the field? Deepening the wicket goes to put that gap. Oh, it's standing. Superb batting. Exploits the change in field. Develops and manipulates it where he wants. So Italy in dreamland.
Yeah, now to way in front of square, long on, straight, deep with wicket, so watch how he gets way outside off stump. Almost on the return crease by the time he's hit that ball. Fantastic batting.
almost a sense of disbelief from the Nepal fans, but every associate, advocate, every fan of a developing and emerging game will not be surprised by this. Fans from 4 days ago might be going, hold on, how is this the side that very nearly beat England being taken apart by Italy? That's how cutthroat and ruthless and competitive the associate game is.
सक्यो सक्यो
Game without any meaning or jeopardy. Italy has some excellent players, have come through 30 teams in Europe to qualify.
यो मुस्काहरूले सकाइदिन्छ गेम
Whilst the defeat would be devastating for Nepal's hopes of advancing to the Super 8, not fatal yet. There's a sense that this group could be the most open of all of the four. England out of jail on Sunday. Can get through with 2 wins. You're going to need other results to go your way. Italy putting themselves into the qualification picture with the way in which they've played so far.
6 more. This is quite superb. It's a double-decker all up there. The 50 comes up in just 4 hours. It's 50 per hour.
इन लड़कियों के लिए प्रोफेशनल एकेडमी कैसे शुरू करें?
सबसे पहले एकेडमी का ट्रस्ट के तौर
बड़ा
पर
बड़ा है ना
इससे आप ग्रांट्स के लिए एलिजिबल हो जाओगे। ग्रांट्स के लिए इक्विपमेंट और डेली ऑपरेशंस का
4 ओभरमा 50 पटा है
ग्रांट प्रपोजल और ट्रस्ट रजिस्ट्रेशन चेकलिस्ट
4 टाले भनेन
इसी में चल कर लीजिए।
It's the trump card really for 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾. Slug swept and 4 more. Well, right now, this is turning only one direction. It's turning into a howling Italy sense in history.
Yeah, under real pressure.
अनि मुजी प्रेसरै छैन अनि
And right-hand combination. As we get towards the end of the power play, this is when the batters tend to want to try and put real pressure on the bowlers. They've got their eye in, 50 on the board. A real opportunity here in the next 2 overs to really advance this score and almost take 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾 out of the game if he's left too late.
Finds the gap. You see may just cut it off, but another easy couple. Doesn't like to bowl in the power play. Almost always bowls the 7th over the innings, but almost senses though they've got to turn to him now.
Well, it'll get to a point where they'll be able to just play him out. They won't have to take too many risks against him, and they can just press on the other bowlers in the attack. This is a wonderful partnership. 56 from 26. And they're putting Nepal under real pressure in this opening power play.
So impressed with everything that Italy have done today. Right from the off, they're very clear about their bowling game plans. They feel that it's standing really well. See how well coached they are. First real miss hits of any kind. At the moment, they're giving Nepal a bit of a cricketing lesson. You wonder about the emotion of coming so close against England and the impact it would have.
Psychologically, it's slightly different, isn't it? You go into that game against England with nobody really giving much of a chance to Nepal. You're very much the underdogs, and then having played so well, you come into this game as favourites, and psychologically that's a different position to be in.
One of the aces in Italy's parts, Kevin O'Brien's experience in Nepal, been there twice, played there once, coached another time. He will have had every one of these Italian players
impeccably prepared for everything Nepal would throw at them. 5 have been bowled, Italy 58 for none.
Security और पास में शोर 1 लीटर का शोर सिर्फ 15 रुपए में शुक्र है शोर हर सपना एक सफर है हर सफर में दम है
अरे मेरा फोन हमेशा बिजी क्यों रहता है संजय
नहीं बॉसों इसका सिर्फ काम
तो सर काम डाउन चटपटे से सब पटे
Italy as the final over of the power play will be bowled. You think now by 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈. 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈 is so disappointed. He wanted to send that ball to the sea.
Yeah, and they forced their hand here. 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈 into the attack in the power play. How good have Italy been, and what a contrast between the two teams and the intent that Italy have shown here.
You're absolutely right, Kristen. Ideally, Rohit Paudel would love to bring 𝘿𝙗𝑎𝑛 out and bring the catches into the equation. This game is running away from Nepal. The flyer that these two brothers are off to.
यो ओभर टिक्नु पर्यो क्या
Oh well. The last game.
Let's just say it's been calculated.
Yes, 25 अरे म्याच
Putting
कत्रो उमेर
into
घटाको
vacant areas on the ground,
होला नि मुझे पनि हाम्रो उमेरकै त
using their feet against the spin, giving themselves space, and be happy to take those calculated risks.
The Azzurri are sending the ball to the skies. They might be gate crashing Nepal's party here. It's a phenomenal 6 by
𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈, this is as sweet as you like. Slightly over pitch, looking to give it a bit of air. His big arms swinging through the ball, clean hits.
Are they hurting those Nepal fans in more ways than one? He's been eyeing the 6 from the first ball. It was clean. Batted on the ground, ball beyond the boundary. Even 𝘿𝙗𝑎𝑛 cannot stop these two.
Looking to hit the ball into areas where the fielders aren't. Targeting that area over short fine leg. He doesn't quite get all of it, but he gets it fine enough. Create that angle. Runs away for ball. Italy have been very good at putting the pressure immediately onto the new bowlers. 𝘿𝙗𝑎𝑛 not allowed to settle here.
There's an appeal. Well, they will check his colleague upstairs. Usually give us an answer almost instantly. Really close. There you go. Top job from the officials. 10 more. What a power play
Line out
for Italy. Their special day is loading. It's 68 without loss.
The star is always in the spotlight. Our Rocks Star Edition is here. Will India be the first team to break 300 runs barrier in T20 World Cup? Watch India's group games in ICC Men's T20 World Cup live only on 𝘿𝙎𝙎𝙎 and Star Sports Network.
This broadcast is co-presented by ChatGPT and Thumbs Up Taste the Thunder, co-powered by Emirates, fly better in association with Mahindra SUVs, Apollo Tires, Rapido with Free Yard, Birla Open Space and Sting Energy.
Oh भाई 15 के लिए रेडी आपको हराने के लिए ऑलवेज रेडी हल्के में मत लेना ग्रेटेस्ट राइवलरी है वैसे भी ग्रेटेस्ट राइवलरी को 7-1 से 8-1 जो करना है
ICC Men's T20 World Cup India vs Pakistan 15 February only on 𝘿𝙎𝙎𝙎 and Star Sports.
सिर्फ 15 दिन बचे हैं प्रेशर में अभी भी लाइन गुजर जाती है सिलेक्टर्स आगे देखते क्या हैं
सेलेक्टर्स देखते हैं कंसिस्टेंसी सेम लाइन और लेंथ पर फोकस करो और एक्यूरेसी ट्रैक करो कंट्रोल अपने आप हो जाएगा मैं तुम्हारे लिए 15 दिन का लाइन कंट्रोल ट्रेनिंग प्लान बनाऊं
प्योरिटी और प्राइस में शोर 1 लीटर कैंपा शोर सिर्फ 15 रुपए में
It's brilliant to see the confidence that they've shown taking the attack to Nepal. Particularly after their difficult start against Scotland in that first game, gone away, reflected and come back really strongly.
11 को
Wow.
डबलले छ अनि
Launch the phase.
नमिठो हार्यो क्या
Needs to get the memo.
यस्तो भयो क्या भाइ प्रेसर छैन नि त ब्याट्सम्यानहरूलाई अब 150 160 हार्ने पड्काउँदै खेल्दै सुरुदेखि आउट हुने चान्स हुन्थ्यो पावर प्ले सक्यो
Fielders can go out beyond the inner circle. Need to consolidate. Ladies and gentlemen, better watch out. Balls coming their way.
I would say this game is not over. Co-commentator Andrew Leonard touched on it. Associate cricket can have funny ways of unfolding.
Co-commentator
नेपाल 47 मा 1 रहेछ यतिखेर राम्रो खेलेको थियो नेपालले सुरुमा पछि बिग्रियो हो क्या पछि बिग्रियो क्या
Brilliant intent shown. Not afraid of using the feet to access different parts of the ground. A brilliant display of clean striking and innovative batting.
Just in contrast, Preston, how Nepal batted in the path against the spin. It seems like this is exactly what was missing. They were tentative, didn't want to take down various spin options that Italy offered in the path.
Yeah, it was a really strange approach, particularly given I'm sure they would have spoken about it before the game, about how it was going to get more difficult in that period when Italy used their spinners and what their plans were going to be to negate that. But really important from Italy's perspective here that they keep up this momentum that they've created.
पावर प्लेमा रोक्नु पर्थ्यो
Take that through the middle period. Don't give Nepal a chance to get into this game.
More fielders outside. Well, it's a day that could prove to be special, really special for Italy. I'd like to capture every moment. Nepal, they played their first T20 against each other. Playing at a big stage, the ICC T20 World Cup, and the Italians on top. Oh, now then, well, the brothers should have a good understanding. And smart replays again. Brilliant, saving us time and instantly getting to the right decision. That was fine. 73 without loss after 7.
डेडलाइन नहीं बाउंड्री लाइन को चेज किया जाता है दीवानगी जब क्रिकेट की छाती है सारा इंडिया दीवाना बन जाता है इस दीवानगी में इंडिया के साथ हम
अरे मेरा फोन हमेशा बिजी क्यों रहता है संजय?
नहीं बॉस हूँ इसका, सिर्फ काम।
गुड सर, काम डाउन। कुरकुरे चटपटे से सब पटे।
𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈 will be hoping to add a little more pressure.
यो मुझे दाजुभाइले आउट बनाउन पाए नि दामी हुन्थ्यो क्या?
They are to have any chance in resurrecting a comeback here. He needs to stand up. He needs to break this partnership.
15 ओभरमा सकिन्छ होला हौ। यो दुईटा भयो भने मुझे 10 सकिन्छ अहिले।
I think the left and right hand
50 ता हान्न बाँकी हो।
always pose a challenge, and that's why Scotland dismissed Justin Mosca first ball. He just threw his batting innings off. Massive shake here in the stumps.
A bit slow on this occasion. Looking to grip it in the surface, and he does get a bit of spin there. But feels he missed out.
He reacted well. I think the better option would have been where he did take 𝘿𝙗𝙎 down, which was just over long off. Be careful of the line if he wants to go against the turn. He's got a hammer in his hand. 𝘿𝙗𝙎 Mosca races away to the boundary.
Well, this is beautifully played. Dissects the two men on the leg side boundary perfectly. Picks up the length so quickly, down on one knee, rolls the wrist right over the ball. Great display of a sweep shot, hard in front of square.
Brilliant batting. Identified outside the power play. They don't need to smash every ball. About 7 of the last, 6 of this. Asking rate is less than 4. 3 shoulders dropped for Nepal. Keeper's gone quiet. He's full of heart and emotion. The energy is understandably down at the moment. Need a moment of inspiration. Catch, run out. Good delivery from 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾. It's not going Nepal's way. Italy continue their charge. 18 from the first 8.
हर सफर में दम है। Purity और प्राइस में श्योर 1 लीटर कैंपा श्योर सिर्फ 15 रुपए में। तो फिर श्योर
It's a confident, quietly confident Italian dugout. Bowled well in the last game, did Nandan, got a wicket of Josh Butler.
मलाई गाली गरे हैन त्यो कमेन्टमा CR7 भनेर नाम राखेर मैले भिडियो हाल्दैछु त मैले त्यो पढेन
high arm release.
सुरुमा त मलाई भने जस्तो लागेर सटक्क भयो भरे जाने नि रियल आइडीबाट आइज भन्दै त्यो मैले हुन त भ्युज पाउनको लागि उले लेखा हो हैन तर अर्कै इन्डाइरेक्टली गरिगले अब अर्को लागि
मात्र त्यस्तो कन्टेन्ट किन हाल्दैन नि त भ्युज पाउनले हालेको
Big wickets.
Yeah, what a display. What a display from all 3 spinners, taking 5 for 49 from their 12
स्पिनरहरुले अब्बर गरेका नेपालले आज
set up this game beautifully for their team.
A strong contender for player of the match. If Italy can go on and lead the win, and he has spoken recently, 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾 gave much delighted by just being here and sacrifices he's made. Hopes that cricket can be his sole employment. Still has to manage his routines and his cricket along with the job at the pizza parlor back home. 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈 gets 3 for 18. He said he'd like to inspire.
4 ओभरमा 9 रन हार्यो.
He'd do that if he's player of the match of the first Italian win in the World Cup. 44 away, getting closer. Oh! Neither Justin Mosca knew that ball was nowhere near the stumps, otherwise that was a chance. It was a direct hit. This is such a huge game. Theoretically, it would have been for Nepal as well. But after being beaten by Scotland in a big defeat, win today, back they go to Kolkata for an all-European clash. They'll be level on points with England. England v Italy at a Cricket World Cup. All the way for 6 from AJ Mosca again. He's onto us in a flash. Slightly short, Yadav looking to bounce it into the surface, but it's all timing. Puts it over the man at deep square leg. You can only watch as it's a hot spot for batters at the 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈. Ball flies to the fine leg boundary.
जिलमा खेल्दैन त प्रेसरै छैन अनि प्रेसरै छैन
That theme continues right the way through this innings. So 6 nudges one down to short to third man for a single, keeps rotating, and that momentum just carries on, not giving Nepal a sniff here.
अस्ति त्यस्तो तारिफ गरेथ्यो नेपालको.
My goodness, it sounded so good. The Italians are in wonderland at the 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈. 92 without loss after 9.
Cool inside.
Mighty outside. Scorpio and the big daddy of SUVs.
13 लाख मार्यो.
फोन हमेशा बिजी क्यों रहता है संजय? नहीं सिर्फ काम. काम कुरकुरे चटपटे चटपटे.
कति पुस्तिर होला
यसमै सकिन्छ अब क्या. तिनवटा गेम छ आज.
इन्डिया र नामिबिया. यस्तामा त कस्तो हान्छ होला सेन्चुरी. हार्दिक पाण्ड्याले सेन्चुरी हान्न अलिक आउँदैन.
But it's doable for Italy. Could be a special. A slight hesitation.
kind
of dive you don't get penalized for in cricket. Well done.
Run rate पनि खुलित्ते भयो हैन.
Almost has a
अब हेर है वेस्ट इन्डिजले हारेको छैन एक गेम पनि. इङ्ल्यान्डले गेम हार्यो. अब इङ्ल्यान्डले अरु गेम अब सकिन टर्मिनेटबाट. हिजो वेस्ट इन्डिजसँग हार्यो त. अब इटाली र स्कटल्यान्ड इङ्ल्यान्डले मारिहाल्छ. इङ्ल्यान्ड पुगिहाल्यो वेस्ट इन्डिज पुगिहाल्यो. नेपालले भर्छ एउटै गेम जितेन जस्तो छ. इटालीलाई स्कटल्यान्डले जितेको हो. इटालीलाई फर्स्ट गेममा
It's a thrilling action every day.
हाम्रो ब्याटिङ जजको भएको हो क्या
That's at 7 o'clock local time. Group A action.
What a moment that's going to be for the Namibian team against India in a full house Delhi.
Again, the Nepal fans, full marks to them, turned out in big numbers weekday afternoon. Brilliant work from Fine Lake. That call written all over it.
Oscar, I think he's missed out here, slightly short. Picks up, but doesn't quite get hold of it. It's good work. And then get up.
They inject so much confidence into Italy. The scare that Nepal gave Harry Brookside, followed by the defeat to the West Indies here last night.
Absolutely. As Andrew Leonard touched on, they've got a coaching staff that knows all about big upsets. Well, they'll have that one in their sights, that's for sure.
Closer and closer to cricket history. Go the Italians. 97 without loss after 10.
इन लड़कियों के लिए प्रोफेशनल एकेडमी कैसे शुरू करें?
सबसे पहले एकेडमी को ट्रस्ट के तौर पर रजिस्टर करिए। इससे आप ग्रांट्स के लिए एलिजिबल हो जाओगे। ग्रांट्स के लिए इक्विपमेंट और डेली ऑपरेशंस का प्रपोजल देना होगा। मैं ग्रांट प्रपोजल और ट्रस्ट रजिस्ट्रेशन चेकलिस्ट बना दूं।
A lovely late afternoon for the Italians. That traditional blue. Wasn't that long ago, 2019, that they won their first game up against Germany in Utrecht. Cities you don't normally associate with cricket. And here they are 6 years later, on the verge of a magnificent win against a team that ran England so close, one hit away from winning.
एउटा विकेट लिन सकेन यार
That's the Mosca brothers. Michael Anderson alongside me, you've been watching and been mighty impressed.
Yeah, it's been an excellent opening partnership, hasn't it? Full of contrast. Short left-hander. Ridgeway whistling the ball away. Right side, so a really nice contrast. They put Nepal under serious pressure, both with the ball and in the field. Got the game virtually won now. Clearly, I'm sure both of them like to know.
They qualified through as runners-up in the Europe regional final. Lost to Netherlands, but they qualified. Beaten Ireland in the past, Scotland. 50. For the junior Mosca. Well played, 50 of 37 for Justin Mosca. It's been a wonderful race. Always in control.
Yeah, full of character, because he came into this game, of course, having not made an impression in the first game in Kolkata against Scotland. He looked a little nervous right at the start of the innings, understandably. Once he got the first run under his belt, he played with real confidence and style.
Look at what the senior does. One gets to 50. I'm not going to leave you alone for too long. Anthony Mosca, 54 of 28 balls. As good a slot spin as any USD.
Anything you can do, brother? And AJ has got there just a little bit quicker. He's been the real aggressor of the two today. Goes again. Wonderful strike, leg side. Fantastic.
111 for no loss after 11. This is sensational cricket.
बेजत गरो बिल्ला भगा इंग्ल्यान्डसँग यसरी हारे भए ठिकै हुन्थ्यो हैन
हेरिँदैन म्याच सिक्ने क्रिकेट अब आम्मा कसम हेरिँदैन अब यस्तो लाडा जस्तो खेल्छ अनि
Mosca brothers, great friends of the Menenti brothers. They introduced them to the possibility of playing for Italy. Anthony Mosca, carpenter by trade, by learning, by profession. Very handy man to have around. You think if something will happen to your bat, but he said, "No, I only build houses, not bats." You can imagine if you can build houses, you can build a repair a bat. And they came into this as challengers, haven't they? This is a knockout.
But their cricketers have got real experience in pretty hard, tough cricket, and I'm talking not necessarily at the international level, but at the cricket that they played in Australia, that great cricket, Big Bash cricket. They played hard, competitive cricket in their upbringing, so this is no surprise.
There might be a wicket here and they won't, because it falls in no man's land. Two people running after it, just out of reach of both. Now just 11 away from a famous win. There's a side most of us thought entered the game as favourites. 7 sixes for it.
पर्दा म्याच मद्रासीहरुले मुजी गर्न एउटा मुजीहरुलाई आउट गर्नु पर्दैन म्याच सिक्ने क्रिकेट
Speaking to him before play, with the interviews that we do, and he said every time Italy were playing Worldcup football, they were all there, the big heroes of Paolo Maldini and that generation of Italian footballers.
It's instructive to see them all belting out the national anthem. They've all taken the trouble to learn the words. They were really belting it out before the start of play. The question really is how much a performance like this, a win like this, achievement such as this will then inspire. You know, this is a country with no grass pitches, particularly a limited number of players, obviously improvements to make in terms of infrastructure. But if a day like this on the biggest stage can inspire others, that's what it's all about.
The ball just keeps travelling to long and distant corners in the Watchalong Stadium.
एउटै मुझे विकेट लिएर हो एउटै विकेट हो
Shotless. The thrower has been a little more agricultural over the leg
त्यो दुईटाले सातो खाइदियो
This is a high-class shot just in Moscow.
Just one hit away now. There have been 8 sixes, 9 sixes so far.
And it's going to be good for the net run rate. This group is kind of wide open yet. If we have an upset, Italy get themselves within 2 runs of the target. And that run rate becomes very important. So the fact that they're 100.
रन रेट खुल्क्यो त भाइ
India continue to be aggressive. Will India be the first team to break 300 runs barrier in T20 World Cup? Watch India's group games in ICC Men's T20 World Cup live only on 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘶𝙬.
Be their first 10-wicket win. And who knows, we might have more Roma cricket clubs being formed where 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘶 comes from. There's opportunities to play more cricket. People are watching back in Italy. Boys are doing magnificently well.
बाउन्ड्री हान्नु खोजेछ हैन
Must be a lucky moment for a little Italian neighborhood in Sydney, the two brothers coming and winning here. But he did say the families gathered together. They're very Italian. They've not left their roots behind. Of course, the Italians did Australia a great service by bringing coffee over.
इङ्ल्यान्ड हारे पनि भाइ अनि इङ्ल्यान्डको 2 विन भइहाल्छ स्कटल्यान्डको पनि 2 विन हुन्छ नेपालको 2 गेम बाँकी छ 2 विन भयो रन रेट मुझे लौडा जस्तो छ नि त
One to get. Who would have thought? I was tempted to say who would have thought. Flying right with the English language, I preferred thought. And for Nepal, the awareness. This game takes you up on a roller coaster. Up one moment, down the other. Can you play as underdogs? Yes. Can you play as front runners? A little more difficult. It's an over, it's a misfield. It's a win. A 10-wicket win for the Italians. Look at them celebrate. They sang the national anthem with gusto. And now they've had it out of their skins. It's a good moment for them. Celebrating first World Cup victory. What a fantastic moment.
नपुग म्याच छिनेहरु वर्ल्ड कपमा
What a great moment for this team. They were put away comfortably by Scotland, but they bounced back here in real style. Glum faces for the Nepalese fans. But the smattering of Italian fans, absolutely.
लगडा यस्तो रहेछ नेपालको गेम अबदेखि हेरिँदैन क्रिकेट सिक्ने चल्देको
लु अब क्रिकेट यस्तै भयो अब अहिले होरा स्पोर्ट्सको गेम हेर्न DRS को गेम हेर्न चाहिँ डेन्जर डिभाइस च्यानल चाहिँ 7 बजे म अब यहाँबाट गए कास्टिङ हान्न सी यु देयर
Bisque Farm Top Gold. It's not cheesy.